Alibaba and the 40 Jinns. The sea was alive that night, not with life, but with wrath. The majestic ship, Betrayal, cut through the dark waters like a blade. Its golden sails, now drenched and flapping violently, groaned under the fury of a rising tempest. Thunder cracked, splitting the sky. Lightning raged overhead, fire stitched into the sky. And in the midst of this chaos stood Alibaba, tall, determined, his cloak soaked, hands clutching the slick rail of the deck. With him, Marjina, his beautiful wife, her sapphire blue eyes wide with fear and faith. Her long hair whipped across her face as the wind howled like a beast let loose. "Ali, this storm, something's wrong. It's not natural." "I know," he whispered, eyes scanning the black waves. "But hold on. We'll get through this. We always do." From behind them, Jafar, Alibaba's loyal brother and seasoned sailor, shouted instructions to the crew. His voice, deep and commanding, barely pierced the roaring wind. He moved like a warrior, sword strapped, boots planted, a man used to chaos. Then, the storm turned monstrous. A wave, taller than the mast, rose before them, a black wall crowned with white fury. It hung for a heartbeat, blotting out the sky before collapsing with the roar of 1,000 cannons. Water smashed across the deck, snapping the mast, ripping sails to shreds. Men screamed as the hull splintered beneath them, the sea swallowing timbers, voices, and light. The ship heaved once, and then was gone, beneath the boiling dark. Men vanishing into the abyss. Alibaba and his crew swept from the deck into the vast raging ocean. He lunged for Marjina. She screamed his name. Jafar reached for them both, but they were all torn apart by the raging sea, swallowed by the blackness. When Alibaba awoke, the world was still. His body lay half buried in damp sand, limbs twisted and sore. The sky above was a bruised grey. Gulls circled. Seaweed clung to his boots. He stumbled up, blinking away blood and salt. "Marjina!" he called. "Jafar!" Only silence. The beach stretched endlessly, littered with fragments of the wreck, splintered wood, a torn sail, a lone boot. His heart thudded with a terror deeper than the sea. Were they dead? Lost? A few miles ahead, he spotted it. A village, tucked into the cliffs, eerily quiet. But as he entered the village's edge, he noticed something strange. Doors bolted from the inside, windows dark, chimneys cold. Not a single voice, not a single child. Then, from the shadows, soldiers, blades drawn, bows ready, surrounding him like phantoms. At their center stood General Yasmin, her armor dark as the sea, her gaze unflinching. "Who are you, stranger?" she demanded. "I'm Alibaba, a merchant, shipwrecked," he stammered. She studied him. "You chose a cursed shore." Later that day, Alibaba met the village's elders. The chief, Rahim, an aged man with kind eyes and trembling hands, offered him water and shelter. "We are plagued," he said softly, "by the 40 Jinns, fire-born demons. They descend with the night, taking whatever they desire. No blade can harm them, and they slaughter everything in their path." "Why don't you flee?" Alibaba asked. "Because there's no escape," Yasmin said with a smirk. "Maybe you're here to save us, or just to perish alongside." But Rahim saw something in Alibaba, defiance, perhaps even the courage to stand alone. "Will you help us, Alibaba?" the chief asked. "I see an honest warrior in you." Alibaba clenched his jaw. "If my love and my brother are still alive, I will not abandon them. And if that means facing the Jinns, so be it." The warning came at sunset, a cold wind and the howling of dogs that suddenly went silent, and then the sound of horses neighing. The villagers rushed to hide, doors slammed, lamps extinguished. From the edge of the village, fire flickered, shadows moved, elongated, monstrous, inhuman. The 40 Jinns arrived. Not beasts, not men, figures cloaked in fire and smoke, eyes burning like coals. They tore through the village, laughing in low, inhuman voices. Their hands left scorch marks on doors. They dragged livestock and screaming villagers into the night. Alibaba, hidden behind a crumbling wall, watched, memorizing their path. When their pillaging, plundering, and burning were done, the Jinns left the village in ruins. At dawn, the Jinns wound their way across the cliffs, their armor glinting faintly in the dying light of the fires they'd left behind. From high above on the ridge, Alibaba tracked their every movement as they descended into a forbidden canyon where no flame dared burn. The cave was ancient, black stone walls etched with arcane runes, a place that reeked of betrayal and old gods. Inside, the Jinns gathered in a grand chamber. Alibaba slipped through a narrow crevice, dagger in hand, heart pounding. And then he saw her, seated on a throne of volcanic rock, draped in silks of blood red and gold, a crown of flame upon her brow. Marjina. The blade slipped from his hand, clanging on stone. She turned, eyes calm and cold. Alibaba. The name curled through the air like smoke. Marjina rose. The Jinns turned as she descended the steps, part queen, part predator. "You came for love," she said, her voice like a blade. "But love drowned at sea.